I mean, it'll fit, but it's not going to be comfortable.
He was talking about fitting it in the bar, you dirty birds.
Welcome back to Worth the Dram. I'm Grim.
And I am Red. This is your home for whiskey reviews, oddly shaped opinions, and double entendres.
I like it. So, this is the first opportunity that we've had for a really rapid turnaround
Yeah.
on a request. We actually had a couple people in the Whiskey Hunters group ask for this one.
So, thank you guys. We always like to take requests. We try to get to them as quickly as we can, and this one is the quickest turnaround. So, appreciate the opportunity, guys.
Yeah. So, that being said, we're taking a look at the Willett Pot Still Reserve Bourbon.
Yes. It's one that when you see on the shelf, you're like, what is that?
When this project started, like I think I was in there looking for something new, and this
Yeah.
one was like, I'm like, look at that bottle. It's gotta be an amazing juice.
Yeah.
But it's really polarizing.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people that like it. There are some people that really, really don't like it. And so obviously we haven't tried it yet, but I'm theorizing right now that it's because of the presentation. I think it probably leads connoisseurs to believe it's a very, very high quality juice.
Puts that expectation in your mind.
Yeah, puts it up on a pedestal.
Like, yeah, you never want to put it on a pedestal.
No. I know.
I got to look at you until I'm sure you get it.
Yeah, I get it. The Willett Distillery is family owned, founded in 1936 in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Yeah, straight out of Tennessee.
I did. I knew that was coming too.
I'm not going to let you live that one down.
I know. So it started way back with John David Willett, who was the master distiller of the Moore, Willet, and Frank Distillery in the mid-1800s. It could be Frankie, could be Frank.
Frank, could be. We're going to go with Frank.
Yeah, so
Frenke. Frank.
The spelling that I just put up right there.
Yeah, but for our visually impaired viewers.
Yeah. Do we have visually impaired viewers?
No.
Put your glasses on. What are you doing? John David Willett's son, Lambert
Willett.
Yep. Who was the superintendent and part owner of the Max Sellinger and Company distillery.
Yeah.
So he ended up picking up the mantle when his father passed and continued on the family name.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Your dad's in the whiskey industry, and then, I don't know, I always thought that was cool, the family legacy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so soon after Prohibition was repealed, which the anniversary is today, as we're filming this.
Yep.
Yeah, so 1933, Prohibition was repealed on December 5th. So soon after that was done, Lambert Willett and his sons founded the Willett Distilling Company using his dad's recipes, and they put out Bardstown bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
So they went out and bought some land in Kentucky, Bardstown in particular, and started using their dad's recipes and putting out some good products.
So we've heard.
Yeah.
So I will point out, like, obviously, we did a little bit of research here.
Yeah.
And Willett does produce, like the Willett Family Reserve, they've got like a 4-year rye. They also do Rowan's Creek and Noah's Mill.
Yeah.
Noah's Mill that's one of our other recommendations that we've had.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's easily a $60 bourbon.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But no, they have a strong history of producing bourbon, and then one that they're getting back into. So on that note, in the 1970s, during the energy crisis, the Willett Distillery switched to ethanol production. But unfortunately, when the energy crisis was resolved, they actually had to shut down their stills completely.
Mm-hmm.
And they switched after that to become an independent bottling company around 1984. Fairly recently, 2012, they actually started up their stills again and started distilling and producing their own product again. And I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, this is the shape of a copper pot still?
Yeah, roughly. I think for like the old traditional style. Yeah. So that's really what this bottle design is intended to call imagery of.
And I bring that up because the copper pot still that's in use at Willet today and now operational again, is the original 1936 copper pot still.
So the Willett Pot Still Bourbon was introduced in 2008 as a single barrel release with an undisclosed source.
Yeah.
But rumors lead people to believe that it was the Heaven Hill Distillery.
Yeah, and that rumor is kind of born because Willet and Heaven's Hill are just like right down the street from each other.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I didn't put that in the notes for you to read, but I got that in my memory.
That's okay. So then in 2012, they relabeled from single barrel to small batch.
Yeah.
Though the source was still undisclosed.
Yeah.
Also interesting note, we've mentioned the shape and the aesthetic of this bottle, which admittedly has caught our attention more than once.
It has, for sure.
In 2008, they actually won double gold from the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. I think they only award double gold. I think that's all we've ever seen.
I've only seen double gold awards. Maybe that's because those are the ones that get the most attention. But
maybe. I could imagine like a small batch of silver. Like, well, we did win gold at the San Francisco World. What do you mean gold? Like singular? Get out of here. Like, if it's not double gold, we don't care.
We're after double. Every time I hear double gold, though, I think of like double plus good.
I do too. Like 1984. So to finish that thought, in 2000,
you were in the middle of a thought there.
Yeah, in 2008, they won double gold for package design.
Which, we always like a nicely designed package. Who doesn't?
I'm okay if it looks a little weird. So hey, I'm gonna start pouring here.
All right, let's do it. I am excited and intrigued. I think it's back there. Yeah, don't forget like I did last time.
Well, I think actually it's 2-1 because I got one and then you forgot 2.
Anyway,
I'll forget another one. I'm sure.
We probably I was talking over that.
That was a neat little cork. Not quite the same the second time around. It gets diminishing returns. Like it's worse and worse.
So here I have heard a rumor. Typically, the narrower and longer the neck is.
keep it together. We haven't even started drinking yet.
The harsher the neck pour will be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've heard. So, rumor, myth, legend is if you take the bottle, flip it upside down for a minute, give it a little shake.
Getting a glimpse into your personal life here.
Title of your sex tape. That should reduce the harshness of the neck pour.
Neck pour is also going into our infinite, so I think
everything in there.
The 20 other bourbons that go into this bottle are going to reduce it.
As long and as thin as that is, it just brought it to mind.
The cork got better again.
It did. So reported. Wow.
This is an interesting. It pours weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lost in the bottle shape.
Not the liquor. The bottle pours weird.
The bottle pours weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is it says pot still bourbon on here still, right?
Yeah.
Pot still reserve.
Okay, there it is.
So I can't read.
Can I have that back?
Yeah. Sorry. Willet pot still reserve. So the kind of process that Willet goes through to become a pot still whiskey is not.
This is.
I can't.
It's a goofy fucking bottle. It has to gurgle.
It seems.
Go ahead. Carry on, sir.
Okay. I can't. As soon as you start pouring again, I'm gonna start laughing.
I know.
Again.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to continue.
All right. So it's.
This should not be as funny as it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't pour clean. It's all over my hand.
So while this says pot still bourbon, it's not 100% distilled in the pot still. While it's not known exactly what the process is, rumor has it that it follows a standard column still distillation, and then uses a pot still for the doubler stage.
Yep.
What's the doubler stage, Red? Let me tell you. So after the alcohol is extracted, steam is led through a doubler, which in this case...
What's the doubling stage, Red?
Doubler stage. Grim, and I'm happy to tell you. The copper pot still comes in the doubler stage, which is when the alcohol is led, or after the alcohol is extracted, steam's led through a copper still.
Like a catalytic converter?
Like a catalytic converter, thank you. Like a catalytic converter, and a catalytic conversion takes place, and it is supposedly to improve the taste.
Yeah.
That took me an hour to get through.
Well,
alcohol is distilled, steam goes through copper, catalytic conversion, improved taste.
science.
Mash bill's unknown.
Age is unknown, but it is
Age is unknown.
a straight bourbon.
Straight
so
bourbon.
we do know that it is aged for at least 4 years.
Yes.
If it's any less, then it has to have the age statement on. So
Yes.
at least 2, no age statement.
And there's no age statement, so
4
more than
or
4.
more. Yep.
And I think I read, this is small batch, and Willet, small batch has no legal definition.
Right.
But Willet considers small batch to be 12 barrels.
Yeah. No more than 12 barrels.
No
I think,
more,
I
no
thought.
more than 12 barrels. So, and the one thing I do like is the label on the top, holding the cork down, has
Yeah.
the batch number on it. So you could theoretically trace it. This batch came from XYZ. It's a sweet nose.
Thanks. I like this bourbon too.
I don't get a lot of oak in there. I get, it's just sweet, and then kind of classic bourbon vanilla.
Yeah. There's a little bit of like a sharpness or an acidity almost. Or like citrus. You know what? I just got, and it's not, all right, so it's kind of like, it's like a lemon cleaner. So I am going to fall back on that antiseptic, kind of that sharper, cleaner smell.
Like lemon shine.
Yeah, that's exactly it actually.
I don't know that I get lemon specifically, but I do get like that sharpness you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like a tartness almost.
It's not that complex, I think. The hell was that?
That was the special that we haven't announced yet.
Oh, all right, yeah. Yeah, it's not that complex on the nose. It doesn't smell bad.
Yeah, I mean it's it's sweet, tart, a little bit of oak.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah. There's not a lot of depth, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
It's just what you smell is what you get.
yeah.
I got nothing. So
Yeah.
Bottoms up. Let us gingerly touch our tips.
That was dainty.
I feel like I always start with the finish. But
You
the end of that gets
get to the finish too soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I finished too quickly.
Just a little too quick.
The finish of that almost turns bitter.
Bitter. Yep.
Yeah.
And that I caught the bitterness. So the finish started before I was done swallowing. And it's bitter. It's bitter up front, and it's more and more bitter. It's like a, I don't know. You ever like bit? It's just like a leafy bitterness, like just like greens that you're not supposed to eat.
If you were catching lemon on the nose, this is like the white part of the lemon rind bitterness.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'll give you that.
That was the most dominant thing for me on that taste. I'm gonna have to taste again.
So now, take another sniff, because now I'm getting something sour, like a almost spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I get that. I get, after the taste, I almost get more of that sweetness.
Yeah. See, I'm not getting a sweetness on that in the nose now.
Yeah.
It's like spoiled fruit almost.
That is interesting. I'm not getting that, but that bitterness to me comes through as like oak tannin. So
Okay.
It feels like I'm going to walk you guys through my mouth journey. Hits your mouth. It's sweet. You got some caramel. You got some vanilla. And then you start feeling that oak come in as it moves back. And then real quick after that oak comes in, that bitterness takes over. So it's almost like it's a real tannin heavy.
Yeah, okay.
On the back.
So I got very, very little sweetness.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it hits, and then it almost immediately goes to...
Second sip,
bitterness.
I'm getting almost no sweetness. Like, that bitterness is just overpowering.
Because I get the sweetness first, and then the bitterness comes through.
Yeah. You know what? Have you ever had, if you sit through a bag of pistachios long enough, you're going to get a sour one?
Yes.
That's a little bit, I'm getting, that I think that's the bitterness.
Yeah.
It's about equivalent to that.
To a sour pistachio.
Yeah.
Man, I love pistachios.
I do too.
My grandfather, like the couple of times he came here, we used to go to the swap meet, and he would get like a 10-pound bag of pistachios, and then we'd split the bag the entire time he was here.
I get the 2-pound bags, like salt and pepper pistachios from Costco.
Oh man,
I like those.
yeah.
And those, I think the good pistachios to sour ratio is actually pretty good.
You get like 100 good ones, and then you get a sour one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're still there.
they are still there. It's like a sour cherry. You're eating cherries, and then
Yep.
there's a sour one.
But yeah, I mean, so that's what I meant. Like, that's about the level of like the bitterness. Like, that's probably the closest that I can compare for someone that hasn't tried this yet.
Yeah, it's not bad. It does lead you, like if this was in a normal bottle, I would expect it to be for sale for half the price. If it was half the price, I would be.
It leaves me wanting.
We're getting into impressions after the first class.
We are, yeah. Well, I mean,
That was a weird cut.
Yeah, that
How
was a
the
weird
F
cut.
are we ever going to come up with anything better than that?
I don't know. It's been 6 months.
I know. It's just
If we put a little effort in, we could probably think of something.
no. You can't perfect on perfection. Know what I mean?
I don't know why I don't like the way that was worded.
You can't improve upon perfection. Is that
No.
better? You can't.
Yeah, yeah, you
You can't,
can't-
effort upon perfection.
You can't perfect improvement.
It's very true.
So it's a lot sweeter after resting.
Why do you say things right before I'm going to say them and have them be the same thing that I'm going to say?
To be fair, you said
To
my
be fair,
thought
yeah.
on the last class.
No, it's true. You don't watch Letterkenny, so you don't get what I
No,
just
I
did
don't.
there. And so comment down below if you watch Letterkenny and think it's also an awesome show. But yes, it is sweeter on the nose after sitting.
Yeah. So it's almost it's like it's a lot. It's more sugary, like a pound cake. You know, it's got a richer fragrance, I think.
Yeah, never mind. It was gonna be dumb. I'm not gonna actually say it. Let's just keep going.
Everything we say is dumb. Go ahead.
Pound this. Yes, it's sweeter. I feel like I'm getting more of that vanilla and less of that. Well, I wasn't getting lemon specifically. I was getting more of like a tartness.
Okay.
I'm not getting that as much. I'm just getting kind of vanilla and sweetness. I got no more thoughts. I just get sweetness.
Yeah, that's really all. It's
There's a little bit of oak in there, but
oak is gone for me. Like it was minimal on the nose in the first glass, but it is just
yeah, it's
checked
kind of
out.
like
It's already taken its flight. Like
vanilla
it's gone.
sweetness. There's still a little bit of alcohol left.
Yeah, but it's a lot more desserty now. Like
Yeah.
it's a cake. It's really cakey.
Yeah.
I'm ready if you are.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Kind of right back to where we started.
The bitterness is still there. Yeah, it comes right back.
Yeah. I don't think there was much of a change, so I'm gonna. And I like that oak tannin flavor. I like that.
But it's
There's nothing to counteract it.
it's being forcibly ridden by that bitterness. Like it's not consensual. It's what I'm saying. It's just taking this oddly shaped bitter flavor and just cramming it.
Finding a spot for it on the bar cart.
It's right in the bar cart. Oh my God. Next t-shirt design. Right in the bar cart.
Right in the bar cart.
All right.
So I was gonna say I know we haven't had Eagle Rare on this channel.
Right.
You haven't had Eagle Rare.
It's coming.
That oak tannin reminds me of Eagle Rare, but like I said on the first glass, there's a more depth to the sweetness. There's more depth to those flavors in Eagle Rare that I find kind of balances out that tannin oak bitterness.
Okay. And I'm looking forward to the Eagle Rare because that one is actually really highly revered. Not revered, but it's...
I buy a
thought
bottle
well of.
every time I see it, even if I have a full bottle.
So I'll tell you this. What's
On the
weird
bottom.
about this is that after the first sip, so nose is fine, and then you take a sip, and then when you go back for the nose, I'm getting that it's just like, it's sour. It's like just over-ripened fruit. It's just...
Yeah, so it's weird is I don't get that.
And sour is not the right word
the
for
nose
it.
is
It's
the
just
same for me.
spoiled. It's just...
Yeah.
There's something off in the nose after taking a sip that I don't...
Yeah.
That I straight up don't like. That it's just not... It's not pleasing.
Yeah, and I don't get that. I get it stays the same for me. It's mostly sweetness, a little bit of oak. But what did I add? 4 drops of water, I think.
I got 3 in mine.
I like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like that. I like it more than straight.
Yep.
It calms that bitterness down a lot.
It's still there.
It's still there.
But it's not...
It's not coming up the bar cart at you.
Yeah, it's not violating a...
Geneva Convention.
I was going to say it's not violating a restraining order anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That
it's-
too. That's...
Yeah.
I-
Yep. That's actually... That does actually make it palatable.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think $50... I'm going to roll right into impressions here. Again. I think $50 is probably a little too... It's definitely more than this is actually worth. I think a lot of that price goes into recouping their research for designing this bottle.
Yeah, and the special... And that's where I was going to... Before I stopped myself on the first glass, I wonder if this expression would sell for less if it was in a wine bottle. You know, a standard bottle.
Like the other Willet releases.
Yeah. I do.
So-
I definitely prefer it with water, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm
Because
like-
that actually brings out the more classic baking spices and the vanilla.
Yeah. The more...
I'm not getting a whole lot of caramel, but there's
Yeah.
definitely, like, there's that nice, soft...
spice cake, almost.
Yeah, there's that spice cake again. Yeah, so letting it rest, adding a couple drops of water, I think that brought it out a little more.
It's not bad. It's
Yeah.
just... For the price point, I would expect more. And no, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah. So I've got...
I kind of want to certify my first impressions.
I've got 7 drops of water in right now. And
Okay.
it has improved with every drop of water I've added.
Okay. So this one might actually be okay on the rocks, especially if you let it rest for a couple minutes, maybe. Let it water down.
That's a really good suggestion, actually.
It's just bitter right off the bat.
Yeah. So
And that bitter, it just rides. That bitterness doesn't fade out with the finish. It just stops eventually.
yeah, and the finish just kind of goes off a cliff, like you're saying.
Yeah.
It kind of rides and rides and rides and rides and rides, and then it goes bloop.
Thankfully, it's relatively short.
Yeah.
Like it's anyway. So all right. So I guess I think we're both on the same page. We might even be on the same sentence here.
I enjoyed it after adding some water.
Yeah.
I enjoy that oak flavor, that tannin flavor, that that bitterness that comes through. I just want the sweetness bumped up a little bit.
Yeah, because the
to counteract it.
Sweetness is, I mean, it's two sides. Sweetness and oak would go together like peanut butter and bacon.
Yeah.
Like you need those.
I thought you were going to say peanut butter and banana when I heard the B, and then you said bacon, and to this day, I used to work with some folks, and every day they would get an English muffin, put peanut butter and bacon on it, and eat it.
You say some folks like it's not me and other people.
I mean, yeah, you know everybody I'm talking about.
Yeah.
To this day, I have not tried that.
Yeah, you have to.
Do I?
Yes, you do. You like peanut butter.
I do like peanut butter.
You like bacon.
I like bacon.
That's all you need.
I'm scared to combine them. That's what it comes down to.
Should
it's
not
fear.
be. So
I will try it, and I will report back in a few episodes.
So one takeaway I kind of want to point out: if you want an experiment, if you want something that looks nice on the shelf, and you want something that if you have people over and you're like, hold on, you can't have it yet, you have to add water. I don't know why you would, like if you have to like pretend to be fancy as shit, but
I mean, yeah.
Like you have
It's a fancy bottle. I mean,
it is a fancy bottle. I'd say buy it, drain it, because this would actually be a really cool infinite.
It would, actually.
If we didn't already have our own branded, like I'd save this one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is it time for the banner?
Yeah. I think we've really shoved our impressions home.
We have. We have thrusted our impressions out there with great aplomb.
Man, I didn't realize until now how much I hate the word aplomb. So, I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
All right.
It was a little pitchy.
That was all right. That one wasn't that bad.
Not bad? All right.
Yeah.
I'm hard on myself sometimes.
I mean, you're always going to be your own worst critic.
That's true. Where do we go from here?
Long, awkward silences.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys spending your time with us. Let us know what you think. If you had Willet, what did you guys think? What do you want us to try next? Where do you want us to go from here? Any questions you got? Anything you want to tell us?
Comment down below.
Like and subscribe.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Those are all of our places. Technically, we have a website. We just haven't updated it in a while.
That's true. Yeah, we'll get better about it. We put like one recipe up and then we're like, nah, get it back. Anyway.
We'll keep doing that.
So, that all being said, no matter how you like your whiskey is the right way.